Hello and welcome to Knowledge Splash. Music has been a part of human culture for thousands of years, and over time, people have developed various ways to listen to music. In this video, we will explore the fascinating history of gramophone. The first music players were simple instruments like flutes and harps that people used to play music themselves. However, as music became more complex and people started to create recordings, new types of music players began to emerge. In the late 1800s, phonographs were invented, which used a needle to play music recorded on cylinders. The phonograph was invented in 1877 by Thomas Edison, who was a prolific inventor and is often credited with creating the first practical sound recording device. Edison was fascinated by the concept of sound reproduction, and he spent many years working on various prototypes before finally creating the phonograph. The phonograph was based on a simple idea: to record sound waves onto a rotating cylinder using a needle. Edison used a tinfoil cylinder for his first prototype, which he spun using a hand crank while speaking or singing into a mouthpiece. The sound waves created by his voice caused the needle to vibrate, which then imprinted the sound waves onto the tinfoil. To play back the recording, the needle was placed back onto the tinfoil cylinder, and the cylinder was rotated using the hand crank once again. The needle would then vibrate as it moved over the grooves in the tinfoil, reproducing the original sound waves and creating sound. Edison was amazed by his invention and quickly realized the potential for commercial use. The phonograph was a huge success, and it quickly became a popular form of entertainment in homes across the country. Edison formed the Edison Phonograph Company to manufacture and sell his invention, and he continued to improve the design over the years. Alexander Graham Bell's Volta Laboratory made several improvements in the 1880s on the initial design of phonograph and introduced the gramophone, including the use of wax-coated cardboard cylinders and a cutting stylus that moved from side to side in a zigzag groove around the record. In 1887, the gramophone was invented by Emil Berliner, just 10 years after the invention of the phonograph by Thomas Edison. Berliner was a German immigrant who had settled in the United States and was fascinated by the concept of sound recording and reproduction. He was determined to improve upon the phonograph and create a better device for playing back recorded sound. The gramophone was based on a similar principle to the phonograph but used a flat disc instead of a cylinder to record and play back sound. Berliner's invention used a flat disc made of zinc coated with wax, onto which sound waves were inscribed using a stylus. The stylus was connected to a diaphragm that vibrated in response to sound waves and created a corresponding pattern in the wax coating on the disc. To play back the recording, the disc was placed on a turntable that rotated at a constant speed, and a stylus was used to trace the grooves on the disc, causing it to vibrate and reproduce the original sound waves. Berliner also developed a system for reproducing sound using a horn or speaker, which amplified the sound produced by the stylus and made it audible. Berliner's gramophone was a significant improvement over the phonograph in several ways. The flat disc format was more efficient for manufacturing and distribution, as discs could be stamped out in large quantities and were more durable than the fragile cylinders used in the phonograph. The gramophone also produced higher quality sound, with better clarity and less distortion. The gramophone quickly became a popular form of entertainment, and Berliner founded the Berliner Gramophone Company to manufacture and sell his invention. He continued to refine the design of the gramophone over the years, introducing innovations like electric motors and automatic disc changers. These early music players were very popular, but they were also very fragile and expensive. The invention of the gramophone revolutionized the music industry and paved the way for the development of new recording and playback technologies. Today, we continue to use various forms of sound recording and playback devices, from vinyl records to digital music players, all of which owe a debt to the pioneering work of so many scientists. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the interesting journey of gramophone. Please subscribe the channel for more such interesting content.